what's up. Three, two, one, go.
Shunting Showdown. One morning, Thomas was shunting trucks in the yard when Diesel arrived.
Guess I'm not sure about doing the
Oh, look, it's that
shunting challenges category, just due to the frustrations with the map bugs and stuff. This may be my last
And I doubt you are as good at
pick off the
shunting as
checklist
the best
for Wonders of Sodor. Since the original runs I did about a month ago,
I'm better.
the express percent got optimized a lot.
No, you're not.
I've then gone through all of these
Yes, I am.
missions to try and optimize them. Found some new
Not.
tricks actually that I'll mention
Am.
later on when they come up.
Just then, Emily arrived with
Why
some
I think
trucks
they work.
and overheard the two engines arguing.
Moved Shunting
What's
Showdown from
going
last to
on
first
here?
because the missions actually just loop, so
Diesel was being rude.
you don't lose any
Was
time from
claiming
doing
he
this
was the
first,
best
because you just
shunter on Sodor,
move on to the first
said Thomas.
mission in the regular sort of
But
order.
I am the best shunter, interrupted Diesel. Tell you what, if
You still
want
do
to
all
see
of
who's
the
truly the best,
same missions,
perhaps
but
we
this
could
one has
have
the
a
highest
competition
likelihood of
to
causing
see
me to
which
reset,
engine is
so
the better shunter. That
hopefully I get it
sounds like a
first
great
try.
idea. What do you think,
This is the
Thomas?
first attempt with the new
Okay,
routing,
Diesel,
but
said
who
Thomas.
knows?
What are the rules? The first engine to get their line of trucks shunted into the correct order will be the winner. Sounds good to me. Let's get started.
Right,
Is
let's go.
everyone ready to begin? 3,
It's on the right window,
2,
and
1, go!
super steady. Nice.
Congratulations! Hooray, we did it! See, Diesel? Steam engines are the best at shunting. How did you beat me? Well done, Thomas. I suppose you won this time. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
Not only was that a clean run for this, that's my new PB for
Thomas
that
and
level.
Gordon. Thomas is a tank engine who lives at the big station on the island of Sodor.
My individual level PB at the moment,
He has
that's
6
not been
small
uploaded
wheels,
but
a short stumpy
recorded,
funnel,
is
a short stumpy boiler,
526.4.
and a short
That was a
stumpy dump.
522 with the loading screen, which we don't count for individual levels.
He is a fussy little engine too, always pulling coaches about, getting them ready for the big engines to take on long journeys. And when trains arrive at the station, he pulls the empty coaches away so that the big engines can go and rest. Thomas thinks no engine works as hard as he does. He loves playing tricks on them, especially Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine of all. Thomas likes whistling cheekily at him.
PB for this level, 1223.
Wake up,
So I'd
lazy
be
bones.
looking at roughly
Why don't you
about,
work hard
what,
like me?
15 minutes? Sub 18 for the end of this split. That'd be really good.
One morning, Thomas found it hard to wake up. His fire went out and there wasn't enough steam. It was nearly time for the express, but the coaches weren't ready. At last, Thomas started. He fussed into the station where Gordon was waiting. Hurry up, you, said Gordon, and bring me my coaches. Hurry yourself, replied Thomas. Yes, said Gordon, I will.
Slight auto scroller waiting for Gordon. I played it safe because sometimes the points don't swap, so I went a bit further back. You can risk that a fair bit more. can do the same here. You can brake slightly earlier, but don't particularly want to risk too much.
Gordon hadn't forgiven Thomas for waking him up from this nap. As soon as the last passenger had climbed on board, he started up so quickly that there was no time to uncouple Thomas.
Some runs I've already done that haven't been uploaded. There's cutscene skipping. It happened a little bit in the James missions that I did that have been uploaded, where you start driving just as the objective completes, and it carries over the input, so you start in the cutscene. But that's actually slower in this because it's quicker to just leave Thomas behind. The game doesn't fail you. Well, it does. It says failed objective, but it doesn't stop you from playing, and it gives you the next objective. I think it's an oversight on the devs for the objective markers, where if you derail, that's it. You get the menu, you can't continue. You can go in the photo mode, but then you don't get the next objective, which is what you need to finish the level and have the final cutscene play. But for certain objectives on certain levels, because it's not consistent as well between like the type of fail, if you leave the coaches behind, I've coined it in my notes as coachless. You just pass over the objective, you get failed objective, but it gives you the continuation of the level still, and you just finish as per usual. Obviously Gordon with no coaches and no Thomas is a lot faster. So yeah. Sometimes it's quicker to keep the coaches, and if it's a really long cutscene, for example, to start driving in the cutscene, because you end up saving so much time than leaving the train behind. On some levels you just can't do it. On some levels you can't do either. Coming up later in the run, Bertie's Troublesome Day 1, the really long cutscene where he waits for Bertie is in is in that level. But if you cutscene skip and drive throughout the whole cutscene, you drive past the cows, which sounds like a good thing, but until you prompt the change of objective to get you to stop in front of the cows, the signals after it won't change. So you end up soft locked. So you can't cutscene skip, which is frustrating.
Express coming
And if you try and
through.
fail and skip the cutscene for Bertie anyway,
Stop, please.
it soft locks you again, because you need to have that cutscene play. It's strange. It's really strange. Like I say, it works on some levels, it works on this one. It doesn't work on all of them. I'm playing a little bit safe. Normally I break on a 2-second head count after the 0.8 of the objective marker. I want to go for consistency so I can get the run done. So breaking a little bit early. I might have to balance the throttle a little bit to get there. One second at full throttle. Should be good enough. Oh my god, Gordon. Well, that's 10 seconds time loss due to Gordon being Gordon.
At a station. Well, little Thomas, chuckled Gordon. Now you know what hard work means, don't you? Thomas was
Yeah, we get a lot of
and he felt very silly
cutscenes like
and
this now.
exhausted. Poor Thomas puffed slowly away to rest and had a long, long drink. After that, he was careful to never be cheeky to Gordon again.
It's time to go fishing. Yeah, so it's not a massive time save. The run that I had for this, because the
Thomas
level's so
goes
simple,
fishing.
it wasn't that unoptimized when I first did it.
When
Because
Thomas
the
puffed
run
along
that
to
my splits are
crimSoN,
comparing to, the 3
he
hours
always
11,
looked
was
forward to something special.
I'd
The
completed the
sight of
game
the river.
casually, and I wanted to populate the board so that there was like an example run.
As he rumbled over the bridge,
So there's
he
multiple
would see people fishing.
fails, no
Thomas
strats, no
often
routing,
wanted
no
to stay
nothing.
and watch.
But for Thomas and Gordon, there's not really much in terms of
One day,
quote-unquote
Thomas stopped
routing.
as usual to take on water at the station by the river. Out
Basically
of
play the
order.
level. I optimized a
Papa,
tiny bit, like there
I'm
was about
thirsty. Never
10-ish
mind,
seconds of
Thomas,
time
said
saved
his
just
driver.
on
We'll
stopping
get
and
some
starting
water
in the
from the
right
river.
places.
They found a bucket and some rope and went to the bridge.
Now this is the best example of what I was calling coachless, and this was the level I found it out in actually. If you leave old Annie and Clarabelle there, Thomas up to speed. Normally you stop here and you have to get out, fill a bucket up, really long animation, over and over again. And this is the best example of what I mean with it continuing. It just skips that because it thinks that you failed the level. But I've still got the stop at location objective. we just drive down the branch line with no train, just the engine. Makes these levels a tiny bit, well, as a speedrun, these segments are quite boring anyway, actually. Just driving in a straight line. I'm intrigued because this isn't on much of a hill, but for some reason, slowing down, it might be the curvature of the track, slowing down in this station is ridiculously easy. It's a trend throughout lots of different levels. Put the brakes on so much later for those. Let's quickly scroll down my notes. Luckily, I don't need to alt tab for that. In fact, to lock this and get your cursor, you just right click if nobody's realised. Oh. The interesting thing about this level, with the coachless skip, is one of the objectives is specifically to uncouple Annie and Clarabelle, which confuses me because that would make me think that you would need to have them here to prompt the trigger, but the game isn't actually reading for you doing the uncoupling action, it's actually just reading for them not being attached to you. That's not good.
They stopped just outside the last station, uncoupled Annie and Clarabelle, and ran Thomas, who was still groaning, onto a siding right out of the way.
That's level done.
Then, while the guard telephoned for an engine inspector, the driver found a notice with large letters, which he hung on Thomas in front and behind. Danger, keep away. Soon, the inspector and Sir Topham Hatt arrived.
Fairly long cutscene for this one.
Cheer up, Thomas, they said. We'll soon put you right. The driver told them what had happened. So the feed pipe is blocked, said the inspector. I'll just look in the tanks. He climbed up and peered in. Then he came down. Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see. Certainly, Inspector, replied Sir Topham Hatt. He clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. Inspector, he whispered, can you see fish? Gracious goodness me, how did the fish get there, driver? We must have fished them from the river with our bucket, replied Thomas's driver. Well, Thomas, you and your driver have been fishing. But fish don't suit you. We must get them out. They all took turns fishing in Thomas's tank, while Sir Topham Hatt looked on and told them how to do it. Never mind, Thomas, said Sir Topham Hatt. You will be all right now. There's no need to worry yourself any more. But, he added, I do hope that you and your driver won't go fishing again, as I don't think it suits engines. Do you? No, sir, said Thomas sadly. Engines shouldn't go fishing. It's too uncomfortable.
A bit more time save.
Thomas and Bertie. One morning, Thomas was waiting at a junction when a red bus arrived. Hello, said Thomas. Who are you? I'm Bertie. Who are you? I'm Thomas. I run the branch line. So you're Thomas, eh? I remember now. You got stuck in the snow. I took your passengers and Terence the tractor pulled you out. I've come to help you with your passengers today. Help me, said Thomas. I can go faster than you. You can't, said Bertie. I can, huffed Thomas. I'll race you, said Bertie. Their drivers agreed to the race going ahead. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Come along, come along. We're coming along, we're coming along.
So, strangely, for this level, we play as default. It's strange how specifically in Thomas and Bertie you can't skip any of the objectives from my testing. So this is one of the vanilla but fast runs. Not much else to say for this. It's like the James levels are slightly interesting between objectives because there's a lot of places you could derail. Like it is actually a case of knowing the level quite well and focusing to make sure you don't derail at like the 3 points between each objective. For a lot of the base game levels, it is just go on full throttle, put the brakes on at this point, open door, go on full throttle, put the brake. Like that is what this level is for my notes. Load passenger. There is a slight bit of tech. It's
Please,
nothing
hurry.
crazy, but the
We
load
need to get
passengers
back up
bar is
to
actually
speed if
just a
we're going
loading
to
screen.
beat Bertie.
Well, not a loading screen, but like a loading segment. You can start driving before they're all in, and Thomas will get like 1 mile per hour while they're still loading, and then it'll tell you to lock the doors, and it'll perfectly time it. But the window's really small. It's like half a second, maybe. That's if you get it perfectly. On average, you're saving like a tenth. It's not worth trying to get perfect, I don't think, because if not, then you need to slow down, but by that point, Thomas would have built up enough speed. Like, by the time you can tell, Thomas will be at 5, 6, and you gotta stop, open the doors again, load in the last bit, speed up again, and you lose so much time. I did this to scroll my notes back up because I had my PBs at the top. The two like bundled categories. I don't think I'm going to get Thomas percent PB here. I might do, but it is pretty close. There was a lot of time save on Shunting Showdown. Slightly early here. Don't want to risk overshooting too much. It's okay to overshoot a fair bit when you actually have a train. It's not as picky as in the Thomas and Gordon level. But it poses a tiny bit of a issue if you go too far, because you have to load checkpoint. And I don't want to do that. My unuploaded Thomas percent PB is 3854, which is cutting it real close. May not seem it because of how long the cutscenes normally are, but the Thomas and Bertie ending cutscene is one of, if not the shortest ending cutscene in the game. So.
We've done it! We beat Bertie! Well done, Thomas, said Bertie. That was fun, but I think we should have another race to see if I can beat you next time.